Holy smokers, guys, my newest investment, which you probably know, Michael Kors, has absolutely skyrocketed today. They reported earnings, which we're going to look at, and that stock is absolutely up massively. As of taking this screenshot, the stock was up to $45.45, up 22% on the day, guys. This is absolutely amazing. I just began investing in this one. It was about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little less than 2 weeks ago. And so I just started adding shares recently and it's absolutely skyrocketed. So we're gonna look at these numbers and then I'm gonna tell you guys kind of whether I'm selling off these shares and going into something else, or kind of, you know, tell you my framework of mindset right now. So let's look at these numbers first. Michael Kors shares soar after the handbag maker's earnings top expectations. Michael Kors says net income for the latest period was $125 million, or 80 cents per share, versus Thomas Reuters' consensus estimate of 62 cents. So right off the bat, guys, on the bottom line there, that's a huge beat. To come in at 80 cents versus 62 cents was expected. That's a monstrous beat there. Then we go ahead and look at revenue. Total revenue for the first quarter came in at $952 million, again topping analyst expectations of $918 million. Very nice. Wall Street is rallying behind the company as it shows early signs that its turnaround efforts are paying off. So as you guys know, probably as I mentioned, I'm sure in the 4 stocks I'm buying video in August when I added this one to the list, I mentioned about Michael Kors is basically a turnaround play. You know, they got the acquisition they're doing with Jimmy Choo right now. That's still going through. So none of the Jimmy Choo numbers are in any of those numbers, by the way. So the Jimmy Choo numbers aren't in the net income, aren't in the revenue, because that deal hasn't even closed or anything yet. That deal's still trying to go through. But basically, I told you, this is a turnaround company. This is a turnaround play. It's not like this is a Wall Street darling that's done great. This is a stock that's been very beat down, and I see a lot of value in this company. Let's go ahead and look at some more things here. So this is a quote from the CEO here. We are encouraged by our first quarter performance, although we continue to believe that fiscal 2018 will be a transition year for our company as we focus on laying the foundation for the future and executing our strategic plan, CEO John Idol said in a statement there. Earlier this summer, Kors announced plans to buy London-based shoemaker Jimmy Choo in a deal valued at $1.2 billion. This will not be Michael Kors' last acquisition, CEO Idol said to CNBC in a phone interview. Idol has reiterated time and time again that Michael Kors is focused on forming a luxury group. On Tuesday, he added that a more diverse portfolio will play as the retailer looks to increase exposure in international markets. Not including results from Jimmy Choo, Kors raised its annual revenue forecast to about $4.28 billion and called for comparable store sales to decrease only in the mid-single digits. It previously expected sales of $4.25 billion, so not a huge bump up there. So Michael Kors is a turnaround play. It's a company that is trying to go ahead and make it into a luxury group. So they own several different brands where, you know, up until this time, they've only owned Michael Kors. And if Michael Kors brand isn't that strong at a particular time, then the whole company falters, right? So now they're trying to acquire Jimmy Choo. So they have Jimmy Choo, which is the highest end shoe game play. And they have Michael Kors. Then they have a little diversification. Then you add another brand and another brand, and you begin to get a little diversified group. Something kind of like a Louis Vuitton has, where Louis Vuitton owns several different brands. That's the route Michael Kors is trying to go here. Own a lot of luxury names in that game, and then you're more diversified and you won't get hit quite as hard unless just everything luxury game just happens to get hit. Then you could maybe get hit at that point. By the way, I want to make a quick point on that. A lot of people said, well, if a recession happens, won't these names get hurt? Yes, but sometimes it's not as hard as you think, because a lot of the people, I mean, especially in Jimmy Choo's instance, let's not even talk about Michael Kors, let's talk about Jimmy Choo, and with that acquisition, we're talking about $1,000 high heels. The kind of people that are buying $1,000 high heels are only the richest of the richest people, and those type of people get hit the least because let's say your net wealth goes down to from what, 50 million to 40 million, you could still afford some $1,000 Jimmy Choos at the end of the day. Michael Kors, specifically, hit a little harder because that plays a little more to the middle class, but still to the upper end of that, which those get hit. But on the highest end of the luxury game, sometimes those names just don't get hit as hard because those people are just so rich already that if something happens, a recession happens, real estate prices go down, stock market prices go down, they still got plenty of money to go out and spend $1,000 on a pair of high heels at the end of the day. So now where am I at with Michael Kors? The numbers are great. They were phenomenal numbers. Especially on the net income, really impressed me. Revenue impressed me. They pretty much beat on everything you'd want to beat on, right? Comparable store sales came in better. So very good numbers, but for my main account, I'm not sure. I may sell off the Michael Kors position. I have not made my final decision. On my Snapchat account, the baby Snapchat account that I post on Snapchat, and I show you guys the trades I make every day, I did sell those shares off in that account, and I showed that. If you follow me on Snapchat, you can see that now. And I did put that money into a new stock, which if you follow me on Snapchat, you already know what that new stock I put the money in toward. But my main account, I have not decided if I want to sell out or not. A lot of it's going to come down to, I got to really listen to the conference call. I haven't even listened to the conference call yet. I got to listen to that to really decipher this. I got to look more into these numbers, more than just, the baseline numbers, things like that. And then kind of make my decision over the next day or two. I don't like to just rush into things, but one thing we know for sure is I just happened to invest in this, and the company's up over 25% since I bought in. So that is a huge move up, and I've done this before where I've just happened to invest in a company, and it happens to be a few weeks before earnings, and it skyrockets like that. A lot of times I'll just sell off and go into something else. We'll see if that is the case with Michael Kors. I have done that in that baby Snapchat account though, which is doing ridiculously well so far. I added $2,000 to that account, and it's like a live trading type account, I guess you could call it, or whatever, where every time I make a trade in that account, I post it on Snapchat, and it's already up to, I think, $2,600, $2,700. Like, it's crazy. Now, something I want to talk about real quick. I'm on a roll right now. I'm on a roll, and this is something that needs to be addressed. GoPro went up 20-something% last week, and then this week it's gone up and up and up, maybe another 8 to 10% or something like that. Michael Kors now reports numbers, it goes up 20-something%. I'm on a roll right now. Now, what I need to say about that is, first off, I feel no emotions from this roll. I've just been in the game too long to feel emotional about, going up a ton of money or down. But I will say it's very addicting. I've made easily 5 figures in the last 3 trading days. When you make 5 figures in 3 trading days, and you're a regular person, it's not like I'm some kind of, worth $50 million or something like that. So when you're a regular person, it's a great sum of money, and it can be addicting. So for me, my whole focus is like not trying to get caught up into that fast money game, which is I have got caught up into in the past. In 2015, I got caught up into it because I was just making money, and then it was like, let me chase some more money, and then things wouldn't go as well, and then let me chase some more money. So I'm not trying to get caught up in that game. I'm just staying in a straight mind, focusing, whatever my next investment is. If I get rid of Michael Kors, it's something I'm thinking about for the long term, and and those type of things. And if the next one happens to go up 25-30%, then I might just sell out of that, if that's what happens. But I just need to keep my focus as far as investing in companies I really believe in for the long term if I do sell these Michael Kors shares, or any shares for that matter, because it's addicting when you're making that fast money and you're making it quick and it's just coming in like crazy. So that's my focus right now. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Have you bought any Michael Kors shares? Please, I hope you did not buy Michael Kors shares just because I happen to focus or mention them in the August video. That pisses me off so bad when people say they buy a stock just because I happen to mention it on the 4 stocks I'm buying. And that like is my biggest worry. Like with GoPro doing so well now, with this Michael Kors deal, with Wynn Resorts, we know how that one's done. With Google, we know how that one's done. So right now, just things are hot for me, but I'm really scared that people are going to look at that and then just start investing in whatever stocks I pick, and that is absolutely what I don't want to have happen at all. I don't want people just to start, picking stocks because I happen to believe in the stock, because that's the #1 way to failure, because I'm investing for the next few years, generally speaking, right? Unless I happen to get a big gain real quick, maybe I sell it off. But generally, I'm investing for years. If you're just investing for something like short term and that stock goes down, you might just sell it and panic because you're not in it for the long term. You don't believe in that company the way I believe in that company. So I'm almost like, one side of me, I'm so happy, you know, GoPro's coming around and all these things are happening. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of don't, because I'm like, I'm scared people are just going to start doing whatever I do. And that really, really scares me, because that's exact opposite of what I want to have happen on this channel. I want to teach people to fish, not go fucking fish for people. Excuse me. I don't want to go fish for people. So I hope that's not going to start happening. I hope it's not already happening. So, but anyways, let me know in that comment section what you guys think about all this. Should I sell my Michael Kors in my main position? I already sold in my Snap and I bought some more shares. Follow me on there if you want to see that. If you just came across this channel, you may want to subscribe. We talk personal finance in the channel. We talk entrepreneurship. I'm an actual business owner. I give away so many business tips. We talk stock market investing more than anything. Check out my stock market strategy book. It is linked in that description, all about how I value a company. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.